Welcome back, guys. We're here to do your daily for June the 2nd. We're going to do one card for each sign and just work through the signs that way. So you may want to check your sun, your moon, your rising. If you want to know about love, you may want to check your Venus. If you want to know where you're expanding, you may want to check your Jupiter sign. And let's just go ahead and start with Aries. Okay, so Aries, the card that you have coming up is the Seven of Cups in reverse. Now, to me, this is a better card than the Seven of Cups upright because this tells me that you have been spending some time thinking about what it is that you would like to accomplish, what it is that you would like to do that would improve your life or your lifestyle. And you have now decided which one of your options that are available you want to go with. And so now you are focused on whatever that is to improve your life. Okay, very cool, Aries, getting focused and taking some steps forward. Next up, we're looking at Taurus. Now, Taurus, you have the Magician showing up, and the Magician is just telling me that you are manifesting those things that you want in your life today. You're going out there and making things happen the way that you want them to happen. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini, as you have the King of Swords, this is you. This is you just being really solid in your mojo today. King of Swords just means you're thinking things through. You're being very logical about any decisions that you're making. You could be mentoring somebody or advising somebody in something that has to do with logic or science, something where the thinking is very linear. Yeah, that's what I've got for you. All right, next up, Cancer. So Cancer, with that Five of Coins showing up in reverse, this just basically means that where you had been feeling kind of left out in the cold, or maybe you had been feeling like you didn't quite have enough money, now you're coming into a place where you've got money, or you're coming into a place where you don't feel left out of the cold or like you're on the fringes of the cliques that you're around. So there could be something coming along that is easing your budget. And for some of you, the ease in the budget and the ease in the societal pressures kind of work together. So you could actually have both of those happening, Cancer. All right, Leo, you're up next. Leo, you're showing the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse is telling me that it's going to be really easy today, Leos, for you guys to take some swift action and make some swift communication to a lot of people standing up for or defending something that you believe in. Problem is with this Knight of Swords in reverse, when you're doing this, you don't really have all the information that you would like to have to get this done. So what inevitably ends up happening is once you've got this communication out there for the whole world to see, then you realize, oh, you know what, things weren't the way I thought they were, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that. So be very careful about any communication that you're sending out. Make sure that things are as they seem before you send out communication standing up for what you believe in, just so that you don't, end up with egg on your face. Okay. Next up, we have Virgo. If you'll excuse me while I take a sip. All right, so Virgos, you guys are showing the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is just telling me that you've got things that are moving slower than usual in your life today. You may be moving slower than usual. You may have a hard time getting out of bed. Or it could be that whatever you're actually trying to get accomplished, it seems like there's just one obstacle after another, but things are moving slower than usual. Things are taking more energy than usual to be accomplished. Okay, that's for Virgos. Next up, Libra. Ooh, Libras. What I'm feeling with this card for you, Libras, is that there's something that you're obsessing about today. With this card, yes, it could be, where's my next hit coming from? Where's my next, where's my next dose of whatever coming from? It could be that, but, there are so many other things that we can be obsessed about. This doesn't have to be about an addiction. This can be obsessing about something a person has done or has not done, or obsessing about something around money or finances, or obsessing about, you know, what has so-and-so done at work, or what has so-and-so said at work, you know, or at home or in the family. You know, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of ways that this can play out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I could never list all the examples, but there's something that you're really dealing with some obsessive thought patterns about today whenever this card comes up. That's what I'm feeling on this card for you. Okay, so that's Libras. Obviously, if you notice that, you want to turn that around. That's why we get the readings ahead of time. So this is for Scorpio. All right, so Scorpio, what we have here is the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, to me, the Six of Swords in reverse could mean a couple different things. Which way is it coming in? I think we're going to be really tempted to go back to something that we know is not necessarily good for our peace or good for our happiness, something that kind of interferes with our zen or our mojo. And so I think it's going to be really easy to be tempted to go back to that. But I feel like in spite of that temptation, I don't think that we're actually going back to it. I think it's a difficult decision not to. But I do think we are sticking with, you know what, it's not a good idea, I'm just not going to do it, mode of operation here. And by doing that, we're also creating what I see as the second potential meaning of this card. And that potential is the one that talks about making our lives better, you know, dropping some of the negative stuff out so that we can have better lives. And so that's what I see us working on. Okay, I don't see it being easy, but I do see us being successful. I used to know somebody that used to say, don't pray that life is easy, pray that life is worth it. This is kind of how this day strikes me as not easy, but definitely worth it for the progress that we make. Now, Sagittarius, you guys have the Nine of Swords showing up in reverse. This is one of those cards I like much better in reverse than I do right side up. This just basically means that there was something that you were stressed out about or anxious about, and now you're no longer feeling stressed out or anxious about it. So either that situation itself has changed, or you have changed your perspective around the situation so that it's no longer getting to you, one or the other. Okay, Capricorn, you're up next. Ooh, baby, look what you guys have. Capricorn, Six of Cups. This talks about memories of something from the past, and these are positive memories. They feel good. These can be memories about our childhood or memories about things that we did when we were younger. You know, the glory days, so to speak. But this can also be a person coming back from the past, and this is not a person that we are unhappy to see. This is someone that we're happy to see coming back from the past to make an appearance in our lives today. All right, next up for June the 2nd is Aquarius. Aquarius, you've got the Three of Wands showing up in reverse. There's a couple things I feel like that are happening for you today, Aquarius. First of all, I think you're trying really you're making a very focused effort to stay in the here and now. You're not trying to think too far ahead, and you're not trying to look back. You're just trying to focus on what's going on now and handling whatever it is that's happening now. And for some of you, the reason you're so focused on now is because there's some kind of plans that are being changed or adjusted. You may be in the middle of a trip and something is being changed and adjusted. So you're just kind of trying to keep up with that. And then the other way that this could be is if you're looking at a long-term dream or a long-term goal, and you're realizing that it's actually not as good as what you thought it was. And so it might be time to go back and reconsider and rechange that. Tweak it. Okay, next up we have Pisces. Pisces, you have the Emperor showing up here for your card. Is this someone they're interacting with, or is this Pisces themselves? Pisces, you're taking charge of some type of situation, and you're taking charge very aggressively. And what I'm hearing is that if you didn't take charge aggressively, you wouldn't be able to take charge here. So don't feel bad. Some of you, I think, are feeling bad. Pisces are typically not real big on confrontation. Spirit is basically reassuring you, don't feel bad. Do what you need to do to take back your own life, take back control of your own life and control of your own decisions. You're the person who should be making those decisions. So don't feel bad about taking that space back for yourself. Okay, so that's what we have for the second. Thank you guys for being here, for thumbs upping and for sharing. And if I don't see you for a private reading between now and then I will see you guys back here on the next video. Peace out.